Creating a team for Jungle Cup around Sadaboma Snow can always be a challenge, but over here I have the perfect team for that Pokemon, utilizing it as a closer. The other two Pokemon that we are using are gonna be Lantern and Vigoroth, two safe Pokemon overall for the entire meta, and especially Vigoroth on the safe sweet spot. So over here we're getting one-shotted down by this Dragalge, but to be fair I want to sacrifice my Lantern for the greater good here. Not gonna risk any more shields or so, because I want to keep them for my backline and especially my classy Sadaboma Snow. So Snowman here is just gonna keep going at it with those weather balls. They have that Chestnut coming in as a switch locking itself up against my icy moves, which means that we can easily farm down in the process. So seeing that Chestnut coming in makes me think that perhaps there is no Vigoroth at the back, instead just another grass type, and this time they have a Jumpluff. This is a Pokemon I was not expecting at all. To be fair, I was expecting something like a Serperior, but most probably this Jumpluff can also do a lot of work up against my team if I'm not careful. So that's why I want to switch out before they reach to the Aerial Ace. So as you can see, we can do so much damage with that Rock Slide, and in the process we managed to guarantee the knockout up against that Dragalge. So with the Dragalge out of the way and the Jumpluff getting super low, my opponent is just gonna leave this battle, and we're gonna start off the video in the most positive way possible. Into the next one now with the Shadow Steelix up in front. This Pokemon is another troublesome one for our Lantern, because not only it can survive my surfs but also can have access to Psychic Fangs or even the Earthquake, which is kinda underrated to be fair. So here comes now another move. I know this is no Earthquake at all, and since now they have spent all of their energy, I'm just gonna keep going with my Body Slam, which is resisted, but still it is gonna connect for a fair amount of damage in combination with my counters on the switch. So Psychic Fangs is coming up, I can definitely farm down here, but my opponent is just gonna switch out to protect that Steelix from further harm. And to be fair, well, that Steelix can survive the sparks with ease at any HP level, so there goes that. Anyways, now with my Lantern here coming up against the Skarmory, if we can block just once, we can have the upper hand over that Pokemon, and of course we can protect even more our Aboma Snow. So the battle is definitely not over yet, because they still have one more Pokemon left at the very end, but we managed to get that final shield with that Surf up against the Steelix, and right after I know that this is just another Psychic Fangs. I'm expecting another flyer at the back since I saw that Skarmory, but instead of expecting an Altaria, this is gonna be a Mandibuzz, which is also pretty great for us. Not only we can block the only move that can hurt us at this point, but at the same time we can outspeed them to those charge attacks, so eventually we can two-shot down that Mandibuzz, and in combination with another Weather Ball we can grab another huge victory up against Steelix. Into the next battle now, trainers, and let's see how this is gonna go, because this is the Serperior battle. Okay, this is gonna be kind of a dramatic one. So this is a very bad lead for us, okay, but hopefully the backline can come in pretty clutch. And my opponent decides to overstay here, which is also a big plus for me. And it might be indicating that my opponent also might have a team around my Vigoroth or my Lantern on the very end. So here comes now their own Vigoroth to completely farm it down, while I can still reach to my Lantern for the end game. So what I want to do here is to survive with the minimal amount of HP possible, while I can still farm down with my Sparks, and in doing so I want to keep those final two shields for the very end game and my Sadaboma Snow. So here comes now a move. Of course this is gonna be just the Aerial Ace, but still it's gonna do so much damage, and at the very end they have the Talonflame coming into the battle. This is not looking that great for me. However, I can still reach to another Weather Ball to start finishing off their shields, but even with this amount of HP I'm not sure that we can do anything on their end, because the first Surf is coming up, but of course they can easily take it, while that Serperior will most likely reach here to another move before we reach to a double, because they still have that block around. So now Shadow Whiskas is gonna be our next opponent. This is another very bad lead for us, and on the switch we're meeting up with Altaria, which means that we can go straight for those rock slides and eventually finish them off on the one shield scenario. So I'm just gonna keep going at it with another rock slide, already pretty low for that Altaria to be, which means that one more bot slam might actually do the trick over here. Here it comes, trainers, down goes Altaria, or most probably their final shield, and what I want to do here is to charge up to another bot slam, and if I can block here I will actually have the very good lead advantage for me. However, I decide to let that move go through, and because I can rely on my Abomasnow for the end game, as it seems they have another Pokemon weak to my Aboma, so yeah, we're gonna take this victory, and I would take a wild guess to imagine that they have either a Jumbluff, either a Tropius, or something like a Mandibuzz at the end, which is a Pokemon that is gonna struggle a lot, especially when it is unshielded up against our Abomasnow. So into the next battle now with this Wigglytuff up in front. I hate Wigglytuff in this meta. It is super good, it can apply so much pressure to so many things, and of course we can absolutely snipe it down finally with those counters from our Vigoroth. So most of the times, as you can see, I'm using as a punching bag both my Lantern and that Vigoroth, but over here I decide to block because I'm getting kinda low and I have a lot of energy to offer up against my opponent. So I'm just gonna throw here that Body Slam, and if they take it, one more is coming along the way, but I had a feeling that they had to throw no matter what, that's why I switch out. Otherwise I could stay in with my Vigoroth and see how they respond. So here comes now my Weather Ball to one-shot down that Gaslord. The first try was not successful, but the second will definitely be, because now they are shieldless, and of course we can reach to another one with that Weather Ball to finish off our opponent and of course grab a huge victory for our team once again. Into the next battle now with that Lantern on the mirror. Let's see how this is gonna go, because we got the dream lead with that Lantern on the mirror. I'm just being ironic, but still they want to come into the battle with the Tropius, and we can have kinda the upper hand with those icy moves. So I'm just gonna throw here my Weather Ball and see how they respond. They do not want to spend a second shield, which makes a ton of sense, but at the same time, before they reach here to the surf, actually on the CMB I guess, we can almost snipe them down with that Shadow Energy Ball. So yeah, then we go now to the surf, but we have definitely done a lot of work on their end, and since the only Pokemon that is left behind is that Shadow Victory Bell, we managed to get another quick victory for this team. Into the final one now with another Lantern up in front. Let's see how this is gonna end for today's content, because this time they stay in, and of course they have Thunderbolt right straight ahead. We're gonna respond with the same action, and of course here I'm just gonna go for the Thunderbolt, but they managed to go ahead and catch on their own Abomasnow. So this is the reason that I have kept this team for the very end. They thought that they caught, but actually this worked absolutely fine by me, because right here they cannot reach to another move after that Thunderbolt. We can get out of here and escape with a lot of energy, so now that Body Slam can do a lot of work up against that Lantern, and now at the very end they survive only with their own Vigoroth. All we need to do here is to emerge with our Lantern, do as much damage as possible with those sparks, and obviously we can come into the battle with our Abomasnow and completely farm down. I'm just joking, I'm just gonna get to that double Weather Ball and grab the victory no matter what against a skillful trainer, but we played the same team much better as it seems, and actually that was kinda lucky because of that Thunderbolt on their own Abomasnow. So well played to my opponent, but my Shadow Abomasnow is just gonna emerge as the perfect closer for this team. So that is gonna be all for today, trainers. Before you go, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below which one was your favorite moment on this video, or something else, whatever you like. Over here I have 2 more videos for you to check out, feel free to check them out, and I will catch you up later into the next one.